Okay, morning everyone. Sorry for the slight glitch just then. I think my laptop is reaching the end of its life and the keypad's beginning to, and the mouse pad's beginning to play up. Right, so hopefully it won't affect the briefing today. Um, Chart we see here, slightly different from what I thought we were going to get. And when I looked at it 24 hours ago, I thought we were in a very, very slack area here, and these sort of fronts weren't going to sort of head towards us until tomorrow. But it does appear that this thing's sliding this way. This is the midday predicted chart. Um, there's currently a little bit of rain just out to the west, isolated showers out to the west of us, nothing solid. I think it's more like a sort of weak trough line just at the moment. But I suspect I've seen this picture before that this will just slowly come this way, but fizzle out and just be a sort of cloud feature very late in the day, if not overnight. And in here, we've just got very, very light southwesterly winds, really. Currently, the Lasham weather station showing 4 knots, gusting 6 from the southwest. And the prediction is, I think, 8 knots. Upper winds are a little bit stronger. So fingers crossed that won't get to us, or won't be an issue. Obviously, the further west you go, the less opportunity there is for soaring. And then tomorrow, it's a bit hard to read just at the moment. The top meteo forecast is just saying lots of cloud, but not much rain in this area here. So a very weak frontal feature. So the TAFs, Farnborough, from first thing this morning until sort of 4 o'clock this afternoon, 238 knots, bit stronger than other forecasts. They're going to be broken at 1,200 feet. And you can see outside there's a bit overcast, probably at about 12 to 1,500 feet. That'll break up, and as you can see, it's becoming sometime probably, I expect 10 o'clock onwards, starting to change and becoming eventually scattered at 2,500 feet, or maybe a little bit higher. And at that stage, actually, cloud might disappear. Gatwick's a bit longer forecast than they just show. More showers and rain for tomorrow, and late in the day, showers and rain overnight. Upper winds, sort of westerly-ish, 250, 260 in the channel, and southwesterly, further to the north, closer to probably to that front. So I think that sort of suggests, as the sort of weak front moves this way, maybe the wind will swing a little bit more southwesterly. I'll have a look at that one and decide how we set up today. Sat pic shows the cloud we have been sat under, or we are sat under. Clearance coming, and there's sort of rain here across Ireland, and just odd rain showers tucked in here. But I say clearance coming, which should give us an improving picture during the morning, and it should be a reasonably nice day. You can just see isolated showers here. I'm just wondering whether that is a sort of weak trough line that has been lurking there. And the more active fronts actually over Ireland at the moment. Temperature wise, 24 seems about the same as the last day or so, a couple of days. It's going to feel quite humid with dew points up around sort of 15, 16 at the moment. Maybe drop a little bit as the day goes on, but there's a lot of humidity in the air just at the moment because you are dragging in southwesterly air. So looking at the soundings, this is 9 o'clock. That's probably where that cloud is trapped under there. But as you roll it on a couple of hours to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, that actually looks quite nice. 24 degrees. Certainly potential for cumulus 3,500 feet. Maybe a little bit higher. So yeah, quite nice and pleasant. But then you go on to sort of 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and that doesn't quite look so good. It looks like um, that front is actually getting to us by sort of 7 o'clock. Definitely not a good picture. The lines haven't come together, but there'll be lots of cloud up here in this area, and I think the front is heading this way. Just a quick look at the Lark Hill because it's available midweek, and that just confirms my suspicion that that's where the cloud is lurking just at the moment in this area here, between about 500 to 700 meters, so 1,500 to 2,000 feet. And that'll slowly dry out. You won't really get a true picture of what the soaring is going to be like until we see the 10 o'clock Lark Hill sounding. But top meteo, I think, gives us a good idea just at the moment. And that seems to coincide quite well with sky sight, unusually. Normally they disagree with each other. So cloud at sort of 9, 10 o'clock, 1,000 foot, 1,500 feet. And then as the morning goes on, that breaks up. That's probably the clearance we can see heading our way. And then cumulus by 11, 12 o'clock. And coming and going with cumulus, but more spread out and thicker cloud out to the west. That's by 2 o'clock, and then played on till 5. It's probably not soarable at that time, and we can see the start of this front heading this way. So thermal wise, you are looking at probably soaring from midday 1 o'clock. Even at sort of midday, they're suggesting 600, 700 meters. But 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, going up to over 1,000 meters, 3,000 feet, and then a couple of hours of soaring. There's 1,300 meters around Lasham, so 3,500 feet, and then by sort of 4 or 5 o'clock, it's beginning to break down. They're definitely showing the sea breeze coming in here as you'd expect, and the front coming this way, sort of battle between the two, really. So a small weather window of 3, maybe 4 hours soaring, and that sort of translates into PDF distance that suggests, or PFD distance that suggests a couple of 100K. Sky sight was a little bit more optimistic. This suggested it'd be okay up this way for a bit, but again, they were suggesting about 200K out to the north and a bit down to the south. Right, so should be flyable straight away, and soarable later, maybe a short cross country or two. Okay, airspace wise, 1 or 2 things going on. So 20, that's actually 20 and 22 tucked in there. It's article dropping at Abingdon between 1100 and 11 o'clock in the morning and 5:30 in the afternoon, and it's up to 3,200 feet. And the two, why it's 2 got tucked in there is because one's slightly different height. Don't know anything about that particularly more than that. 21 is again article dropping at South Cerney between 8 o'clock in the morning and 5:30 in the evening. Number 14 is paragliders near Pusey. Number 8 is parachuting. Now, it's at a place I've never even heard of, but looking at that, it's on the Hampshire border. So it says it's at a place called Damerham, and it's basically 8 o'clock in the morning till sunset for the next 3 days. So I'll get a little bit more information on that when I can. I'll give the number a call when they actually pick up the phone. Apart from that, it is relatively quiet, certainly down to the south and up to the north. Okay, so setup wise, I think what we're going to do is go on 2-7 with the winch offset to the south, cope with the slight crosswind, and if we can't deal with it that way, then we may be forced onto 2-3. 2EE have a reasonably quiet day, but there is a King Air coming in at 10:05 and potentially going out at 1800 hours. That's the flight plans I have at the moment, but that may change. Okay, folks, so let's go and get the kit out, and we'll see you out there.